In this video we will discuss the simplest possible bipedal robot. As we can see, a robot with just 2 joints per leg can walk on a flat surface. This robot is not as agile as a usual bipedal robot with 6 DOF legs, and it cannot walk on rough terrain. But it can make turns and walk relatively fast. Since most environments in which humans live consist of flat surfaces and stairs, this robot may also have practical implementation. Now let's begin. Let's see the common leg structure of the robots. In case of bipedal robots, most robots have 6 joints. This is close to human leg. So, with proper program, bipedal robots can walk almost like a human. Quadruped robots have a simpler leg with just 3 joints. But by coordinating them, quadruped robots can do sophisticated movements just like many animals. I explained the subject more deeply in this video, so please see it for better understanding. For robots that have more than 6 legs, each leg also has 3 joints. Even though the way each leg operates differs from that of quadruped robots. Gait of these robots resembles that of bugs. Some hexapod robots only have 2 joints. In this case, link mechanism is used to enable vertical movement of the leg. In most robots, revolute joints and servos are used as a method to create motion. It resembles human joint structure. But the big difference is that human muscles exert force by contracting. So, we have multiple muscles around one joint, whereas robots have 1 actuator per joint. To make vertical motions such as lifting a leg or horizontal movements such as shifting weight using revolute joints, combinations of multiple joints are required. This enables complex motions. But at the same time, it makes leg structure complex too. In this video, we will make these motions using only 1 joint. Here is a picture of our simple bipedal robot. Vertical leg and side weight movements are done by prismatic joints. To make the robot move forward, the foot has revolute joints. Gait of this robot is as follows. First, the weight moves to one side of the robot. Second, the leg opposite to the side to which the weight has moved, lifts. Foot on the size to which the weight has moved rotates for a certain amount of angle. Rotation velocity and size of an angle define robot moving velocity. Finally, the robot lowers its leg. This way the robot can move back and forth. In the previous slide we saw the concept model of this robot. Despite the fact that this robot has only 5 joints, mechanically it is somewhat complex. Let's see 2 key parts. This is a CAD model of the weight movement component. A servo is placed on a linear guide. Pinion gear is attached to the servo and it meshes with the rack. So, when the servo rotates the pinion gear, this whole structure moves left or right. By placing proper weight on this bracket, it is possible to shift center of gravity of the robot. Leg movement and foot rotation mechanism is a little bit more complex. We have a servo with a servo horn. Servo horn has a slit. Pin part contacts with upper and lower surfaces of this slit. This pin part is fixed to the leg. The leg contacts with linear bush, so it can travel up and down smoothly, but fixed in radial direction. As the servo horn rotates, the pin travels in the slit, causing the leg to move in the vertical direction. To rotate the foot, we have to rotate this whole structure, which is separated from the main frame by a bearing. It is done by another servo which is not in the picture. Note that these structures are only one example. There are also another possible designs. Here are sequences of each joint. As we discussed previously, joints always move in a predefined order. The weight slides, the robot lifts a leg, both feet rotate, the robot lowers the leg previously lifted. Then the weight slides to the opposite side, and the same sequence runs again. When the robot moves forward, both legs rotate by the same amount so that the next foot heads to the robot moving direction. If the robot turns left and right, foot rotation amount differs depending on turn angle. Pivot foot rotates by larger angle and opposite foot rotates by smaller angle. This sequence assumes that the robot is statically stable at any point of time. Using methods such as model predictive control or reinforcement learning, the robot might be able to move faster and in a more agile way. Now, let's see the code. Please download the simple bipedal robot zip file and extract it into your home directory. Open the robot control launch Python script. If the use 2-axis parameter is false, robot will move with fixed step size and the operator has to operate only side movements using the right joystick of the controller. If it is true, operator also can use the left joystick to vary step size of the robot. Here we launch Joy node to publish joypad inputs. Open the Move with Joy Python script. Here we do the initial half step. It is required because Gait is efficient when the feet are at an angle to each other. This is the walking sequence I explained in the previous slide. Time length of each action can be changed using these variables. In the Joy subscriber class we subscribe to Joy topic and store the left joystick the up, down values and the right joystick the left, right values. Now let's run the program. Execute the -build commands to build package in the source directory. Run your virtual environment and launch IsaacSim. Open the simple bipedal sim.usd file. Push play button. Open another terminal and run the robot control launch Python script. The robot starts moving. Tilting the right stick to the right will make the robot rotate to the right. Tilting the right stick to the left will make the robot rotate to the left.